Alright, just a quick update. I'm down here at the bottom of the property. Oh, also real quick, Thomas went down to the clinic a couple days ago and he had pneumonia. So apparently we both had pneumonia. But I am finally feeling almost normal today, but I'm still going to take another day off. Anyway, this ravine little here is not running any water. And it poured for at least 2.5 days straight. So maybe we've diverted some of the water that was skirting across the whole top and pouring down here away. But something I have never seen here before since I dug that trench is all this. This water here is now new. And that's kind of good. It's heading right for, there's a little pond that they made and then a pipe under the road. And that's where that's heading. But I think this was normally going across the top of the property. Now, it is running good on the right side of the road. It's a lot of water. It's a creek. And that's where it's supposed to be. Not down. Get a good look at it. Okay, how this is probably going to evolve is the road's going to be touching the side, coming right through where those trees are. So that'll be the official creek, and all the dirt's going to get pulled back that way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Those 8 trees, plus that one madrone that's really on a bad angle, and probably that one too, gets us to about here. And that's pretty good progress. I did notice we do have, that's a lot of surface area up there. That water's got to go somewhere. But where did I see it? It's further down here. Saw water coming across. Let's do this without falling. Yeah, right here. So it's coming from under here. So if we do come down along this edge to help, support the hill, we're probably going to put a little culvert, dig down here, maybe see if we can find the flow, and then put a culvert so the water can go under the road here to join up with that. What is that? Maybe it's a madrone. Anyway, just still trying to figure out where the road's going to go. But I think there's probably a lot of effort to get that road to here. That dead tree's got to come out. That dead tree's got to come out. Very interesting. But also, I wanted to say that with these front trees disappearing, the view from the flat spot up there, you got the hill, which of course has got a lot of dead trees that need to be cleared. But yeah, this is all part of the property. We should be able to look at it. So I still think the plan is good up to this point, unless you guys can come up with a better idea. All right, that's an update. All right, just kind of walking around gently here today. What I maybe have noticed, this whole area right here used to be, I mean, sink. You would sink easily. It held moisture very well. And by putting this trench in here, definitely was somewhat effective. You can see there's still just a little runoff starting from back there, which is could be the amount, you know, that's coming down in that area or percolating through, you know, wherever the water table is in that area. But this is a lot firmer, especially considering the amount of rain we had. What I'm wondering, you know, that could be the flow, right? Water tables are usually kind of flat, right? They follow gravity. I wonder if by digging this down, you can see down there, obviously there's, you know, there's water percolating at about that level right there. And I'm wondering if by digging that down, the water is just working its way to this low spot. This surface water, you know, I've barely noticed before, but I think we're getting a lot of the water under the surface. I mean, you can see it coming out pretty much everywhere. I think that's what's drying it up there. There's a chance. There's definitely more water running down here than there ever has been. And we've had a lot of rain since I've been here. Anyway, I think that's really good news. Alright, I'm going to leave it at that and go sit down. Alright, one last quick update. That's the last couple trees I cut down, which doesn't look like much, does it? But unfortunately, I went through the third of a yard that I purchased in the super sack. And then I grabbed some of my logs that I cut earlier that are not really dry, but I thought they were firewood. No, they really are not firewood. I've tried 2 fires with this so far, and it's just nauseating. It gives you a headache almost. The stink that comes out of it. It's just rotten beyond... just rotten. Shit. So, it's hard to tell just by looking at the ends. Anyway, these things that look rotten on the ends are probably rotten. Those are easy. But some of these, you know, that might look okay, I might have to... I'm wondering if just the telltale is little holes in the outside. They got holes in the outside, they're rotten. So this has to come out. I need to determine what's rotten and add to that pile. And which of course means this, I think this was a mistake. Putting those lower logs, you know, were good, just obviously to keep them off the dirt. But 2 problems. I put visibly rotten wood in there, for one. And for 2, it's not easy to stack this way. Much easier this way. Especially if I'm going to be butting it up against the drying shed. So all that's got to come off there and separated. Like these, this was a tree I cut down, so these are okay. That one, you really can't see any holes. Like this one, this was a waste of time. It's going to be just like those other ones, just all rotten on the inside. I guess that's going to be the criteria, or the litmus test. It's got holes on the outside, goes to the burn pile. Man, I gotta start feeling better so I can start getting to work. That's a day's work right there. All right, I'm done.